Hello, my peeps. Happy Friday night. I debated today. I had a lot on the to-do list to try to get through and wasn't going as fast. It never seems to. But um, well, originally when I started, I'm like, there's a couple things I got to do. They're quick. I'll do them this week. We'll be done, and then next week I can move on to the next project because I didn't want to like leave it hanging. But then this afternoon, while I was doing my other stuff, my paper pumpkin kit came. And it's adorable. And so I very quickly thought, okay, instead of putting it together live, because that takes more time, I'm going to really quickly put this together. Um, and each one of the things I did, like I was like, oh, I got to tell them that. Oh, you could do it this way. Oh, and so like every one of the projects, there was something that I thought of. So I thought, nope, I'm gonna power through this, see how quickly I can get through all of this, and hopefully have some interesting information that will help you. In the meantime, I am waiting for my comments and they're just not happening. Yeah, I seriously do not understand why I cannot make those work better. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, and I'm going to pop open my phone while we're waiting. I went on a couple minutes early hoping that I could just, I know it was a stretch for me. I thought I could ramble. Um, but see if I could get the comments to come up by the time 6 o'clock rolled around. What am I doing? All of a sudden, I'm looking at my phone, like, what did I pick my phone up for? I got distracted because when I clicked on the computer, I noticed that I wrote Friday Catchup with Trace. And I do have a lot of people who call me Trace, but I generally write my full name. I'm not sure what I did wrong there. Just a second though, because I might just be getting what I want here. Yep, but now that I remember, I was getting my YouTube comments. So, hello everyone. Happy Friday night. It is Tracey Stewart here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and your friendly neighborhood paper pusher who is trying to multitask and doing neither well. There we go. I got comments at least in one place until my phone times out. Okay. Oh, there we go. See, I put them on my phone so they show up on my computer. Isn't that the way? Ain't that the way? All right, so if you happen to have caught my message earlier saying we were going late and are joining me late, say hello. If you're watching this on replay, I apologize. It was sort of a last minute, change of plans. And here I am. All right, lots to catch up on, lots to show you. So let's move it along, Tracey. These catalogs. This catalog goes till the end of April. There's one item in this catalog that is already back ordered that will not be until the 6th of May. So apparently they'll just move it to the online store and keep it available. There's a few other things on here like dies and punches are in low inventory. There is only, 13 more days. So pretty much 2 weeks, I guess. Where's my calendar? 16th. Today's Friday. Okay, so it's a day shy of 2 weeks because it ends on a Thursday. Celebration ends. One of the big things about Celebration this year, well, during Celebration, is if you get the starter kit, I've got my little graphic there. If you get the starter kit, instead of it being topping out at 165, you have the option of 165 plus a free gift or 165 plus add 41. Now, by adding the 41, that actually gives you 206, which means you can get the big Stampin' Emboss machine, which is awesome. I had the Big Shot before. I'm like, I don't need it. I got a Big Shot. But I went, nope, I like that it folds up and stores away nice and easy. And I want to see it. I got to be able to tell customers about it. Oh my goodness. It's so awesome. I love that it stores it. It's just so much smoother and you don't have to work as hard and it cuts and oh, I do love it. Anyways, it's regular $185. Add shipping, add tax, it's like $215 something. So an extra $30 there. You can get that right now, $135. No shipping, no tax. It's an awesome deal. Obviously, enough people are cluing in that it's an awesome deal and taking Stampin' Up! On that awesome deal because the large stamp cut and emboss machine is on low inventory. Right before we went on, I'm like, I got to go check and see if there's any more punches or dies on low inventory because that's the ones that usually take longer. There's a couple stamp sets from the online exclusives that are already sold out just by demonstrators that should be back. I think it's next week. A week after. So which is good because by the time it goes live for customers, they should be back. I was not expecting to see this the cut and emboss machine on there, but it is. So take advantage now. All right, let's move that out of the way. Okay, so I have so many things going on. Okay, I got piles of everything on the desk to show you. Okay, so you know how I've been a little bit obsessed with a certain card design. Oh my goodness, I've been having so much fun. Okay, so I finished. I had colored. So yesterday you saw the jungle. So here's like I guess day 3 in the zoo was with the exception of a couple, I guess, the more domesticated animals. So we had the bird. The bird is the word. We have the bunny. I have a die that cuts out carrots, but you'd have to like 2-piece it. There's no details, so I just went with the stamping. But I love it. Oh, and I put it in a little baggie. This could be a colored bunny. I just like the white one, and I wanted to see how all this white worked, and it works. This might be my favorite one. Happy birthday, Foxy. These are new dies. You'll see those next week when I dive into my Encircled by Nature set. Nope, it's Encircled in Nature. Sorry, I'm trying to read it off my desk. But look at this. Oh, I love that one. I love them all. I'm totally obsessed with them. Cat. And I do believe that the original plan was, the fish was supposed to be a cat toy, but as you remember, I made it into a fish bowl. And then said puppy, colored the same color as our puppy. So these are the cards. This is one of the cards that we're making at the March birthday class. And I just haven't decided yet if I'm going to limit, like these are the animals that you just stamp. You stamp, you flip the stamp over, you stamp again, you get it. There's no coloring. These are easy stamps, boom, boom, boom. So I think people could do these quickly. I fussy cut all of mine out because I like to pop them up, but you could stamp directly onto the card. But I'm debating, do I do less? Do I give them limited choice? I haven't quite figured out, but this version of the card, because not everybody wants a dog. Maybe you're a fish person. It'll be something. Okay, so speaking of being a fish person, and then I'll show you two. Actually, you know what? I'll do this in a second. Here's one of the other cards we're doing. Oh, isn't that pretty? It is a wide assortment. There's 5 cards in it, a wide assortment. So that's one of them. And then I delved into the new latte set that's in the online exclusives. So just in case you're running, yes, I cut an entire sheet of designer series paper so that you don't have to. So here's one of the other cards we're making, which is coffee. Now, because of the way the pack of paper comes, I would have cut a couple different sheets up. So there's a couple different like DSP options. And then I just picked like the 3 different, I didn't pick the yellow because I tried it. It didn't work with the paper, but a couple different cardstock options. And then these are just versions of the same card. So this really is like the same pile of stuff, just made slightly different. And depending how many people show up, depends how many coffee cups you can put on your card. But look at there, those delicious little embellishments. So we have, for the coffee lover, oops, I feel like I should almost maybe bring a teacup too, because not all of them have coffee beans on them. Some of them just have cute little like cups and this stuff. So there's like a 1 cup, a 2 cup, a 3 cup, and this one is one of the edge pieces. Always use your edge pieces. This is one of the edge pieces, so I just tucked it underneath. You know what else edge pieces are good for? Inside your card, on your envelope. These are all just like the edges of the DSP. I just was going cup crazy. So there's another one. And then this one made me laugh because I was putting away other stuff on my desk while I was like planning these out. And so do you see the sentiment from the Be My Valentine? You make my heart buzz. 2 cups of coffee make your heart buzz. I don't know. I thought it was funny, but I thought this would make a non-traditional Valentine's card. Anyways, I cracked myself up. So that's 3 of the 5 cards. The other ones are in the works, but as you can tell, I couldn't stop playing with this particular layout. And I made, I don't know, I'm good for birthday cards for a while. Okay, do you remember the other day when I said, hey, who knows what I made the bubbles out of? But I gotta get this to focus. The one's not focusing very well, but that's because I goofed it when I did it. Why is it not focusing? Anyways, let's just say the bubbles are really adorable. Oh, there we go. Just had to be a little bit closer. So yeah, one of them got a little bit squished. So here's the thing. This card, this is the watermelon stamp flipped over. Doesn't say it's reversible, but I tried it and it worked. These are the lavender sprigs from the perennial lavender set, just cut them in lemon lime. This is the cat toy. And then these little gems. Oh, this is the Biggest Wish stamp sets. So I was all over the place with this. I was production. And then these are the things I always forget I have until all of a sudden I'm like, I need to solve a problem. Well, what I needed was bubbles. So these are Peralized Enamel effects. And we also have metallic ones. So this comes as a set of 3, and the metallic ones come as a set of 3 as well. And I don't know what they are. They are some kind of, they almost look like glue, but they're like glittery stuff. So here's the thing. I'll give you like a little quick demo and then we'll move on. So you can do like I did, and you can squirt them right directly onto the card. And getting the teeny tiny ones, that was trickier, but with a light hand, you can do it. The other thing you can do though is you can do it on your silicone mat, let them dry, and then just pull them off and glue them on. So like you could, if you were making cards, you could pre-make a whole bunch of them. That way, if you goof up any of them, they're not directly on your card. So that's great, right? I'll do it on my silicone mat. Now, if you just put your silicone mat on the table and you and you spend hours making all your little things, and then you pick it up and it bends and all your stuff goes wonky, you'll be kicking yourself. So this is one of like the back pieces of cardboard that come in probably the Paper Pumpkin set. That's about what it looks like. Yep. And I always just kind of keep them, throw them in a pile. So put your silicone mat on this so that when you lift it up, you don't pop all the things off your silicone mat or mush them up. Okay, I don't know. I shake this. I don't even feel it moving. It's very thick. But so here's the thing. You want to just kind of get it started. Oh, there we go. To get the air bubbles out. You don't want to have an air bubble. That's what happened in the middle of that one dot. I had an air bubble. So here's the thing. I can just make little, like tiny dots. And I used to work at a Dairy Queen, my very first job. And you know how you get that little curl on top? That's the one thing I haven't quite figured out, is how not to have that little curl. But I do find that, like, this is the other thing you can do with this. You can just pop them down a bit. So there you go, right? I just made my own embellishments. Now I can do this in white, red, or black. That one says real red. This one just says black. This one just says white. So that's the colors. They're like a pearlized effect. Now, I can make bigger things with this too, though, right? So I decided I want a snowflake. I didn't really plan this out. I was holding white in my hand. I went, what's white? That's big. A snowflake. There. Now, if I did that directly on my card, I wouldn't be able to touch it for a while, and I shouldn't here either. The bigger the embellishment you make with it, the longer you're going to want to let it dry. I would think for some of these things, you're going to want to let them dry overnight. Some of the stuff, a couple hours. I will show you a heart I made, and they're fairly pliable. I'll have to do a little mini video. Like I'll do a reel. I gotta do more reels tomorrow and show you me picking them up. So we're gonna make a nice little. Oh, that one turned. Oh, did that turn out nice? Okay. All right. So that did not turn out nice. The make of the corner turned out great, but then I screwed it up. Okay. So the other thing you can do, and it's not the easiest because it is kind of thick, but you can manipulate. My idea was not to screw it up so I could show you, but you can manipulate to a certain point. But the more you touch it, I find the less smooth it is. Like it doesn't look as pretty as it did. Now, this is not perfect, but it'll do for now. Let me go back. It doesn't always have to be like big shapes and stuff. I had an idea for a card. I'm going to make some stuff and then I'm going to put it onto a card. I didn't think the whole card all the way through because why would I do that? I've got gobs coming out. It's not helping. There we go. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, and I'm totally doing it the wrong way. That's why it's not working. There we go. I want to make some black lines. I'll show you how these work on a card when I get them together. But anyway, so you can make whatever you want, right? It doesn't have to be, but I know lots of times you get a package of embellishments and they're assorted and you don't have enough of what you want, or they're not the right size, right? You want to make drops, you kind of make a dot and pull them up. Oh, it's not going to focus, is it? Anyhow, you get the idea. You can make all sorts of different shapes and stuff, and then just let it dry. Or like I said, you can't do them directly on the card. So it takes a bit of playing, and it's fun to play. But don't forget these, and there's, like I said, there's these 3 colors come in one bag, or the other one is metallic, and I don't 100% remember, but I'm going to go with gold, silver, and copper, but now I can't remember. So anyways, yeah, that's what I used to make little teeny tiny bubbles. Now, in hindsight, could I have used the pearls? Probably. I don't actually know if the pearls are retired. I think the pearls might have retired. I don't know if we have ones that are small enough. They'd have been bigger. They would have probably worked, but they weren't what I was going for. Okay. The Paper Pumpkin kit, hot off the desk today, came this afternoon. And I knew I was looking forward to it. And the box is so cute. The box. Right? So this is what I knew about the kit. And I knew roughly what came in the kit. I knew it was 3 regular cards, 3 slimline cards, and 3 milk carton containers. And in all the promos, I think it just said 3 treat holders. But as demos, we get to see things. So one of the little sneak peeks said milk cartons, which I'll show you in a minute. So this is what it came like when it opened up. And I was so excited to start trying. Now, a couple things. Okay, let me get to the right things. I'll do this in order. So first card is this one. Look at it, so cute, and it's got layers, man. Like there's lots of stuff going on here. So when you get this, I'm just gonna set this down so I can not drop everything all over everywhere. So when you get this is the card base, right? And I'm doing this, and I rarely read the instructions. I looked at this, I flipped it open just enough because I thought the one thing I do check in the instructions for is when they give you embellishments. I always look to see how many embellishments they put on something so that I don't have to try to count and do math and figure out how many embellishments I can use. Like if they only give you enough for 1 and I put 3 on, well, I'm going to screw myself up, right? So in this case, you get 5 for each of the cards and 3 for the treat holder. So there was lots. So I'm looking at this and I was like, okay, so yeah. And I looked and I was like, okay, oh, so some of those go on top. And it didn't clue in at first, and it's right there. And it's right in this picture and this picture and this picture that there's a white border. So I'm doing this, and I'm taking apart the pieces, which I will tell you one of the bonuses. So there's 3 sheets that look like this. Sorry, I was popping them all out. You get 6 of these rabbits. This like little rabbit chick combo, because there's 1 here and 1 here. Well, I was all excited because there's only 3 milk cartons. You only need 3 of them. So there's like 3 spare ones of these. Yay. And then I counted how many flowers go on this card, and it said 5. So I was like, there's only 4. Oh, no, there's 1 on here in the middle. That's great. Okay, perfect. I'm popping all the pieces out. I get to this piece, and so I'm like, okay, so there's my other one, and I was getting ready to pop out this. I'll show you something with this one in a minute too. And I was like, what's this grass in the corner? So I started looking at it, and it wasn't until I really looked at it that I realized that you have to be careful popping these guys out. But when you pop this out, and then there's some extra little pieces here, you get the frame that goes on the front of this card that just, look at the difference. Like this is a cute card and you add all the stuff, but look at how much that little frame makes a huge difference. And I just about totally missed it. It's awesome. And then you get 5 each the flowers. And if you look close enough, you'll see that it's, so they put the bunnies down, they put the frame over top, and it's just glue dotted down. This is popped up, the banner's popped up on dimensionals. And then these 5 daffodils are also on dimensionals, and they're popped up and they're over. Come on, you know how much I love it when things sneak out and overlay things. That's how the card was designed. It's a total Tracey card. This stamp set that's with it, I'm going to show you, because the only stamps I didn't use, there's a bunny stamp, and this little stamp down here in the corner says welcome baby. The only one I didn't use. I used all of the other stamps on all of the other projects. Oh, and I added one little tag. But so there's one. So this comes with the daffodil stamp. That's one of the stamps that comes with it. So I put it on the inside and on the card. And then we get to the next card. Oh my goodness, look at how cute this is. I love this background. It's adorable. So this also has a little chick stamp in it, which I also stamped on the inside of the card. So this is a slimline card that is, oh, it's a little bigger than I thought. Okay, 6 1/4 by 3 1/4. Because I was already thinking, like, as I'm making this, I'm looking at this card and I was like, oh, look how cute these bunnies are, but look how cute the back is. Like, you could cut this card base in half, mount it on cardstock, and have 2 different things, right? I saw this one and I was like, oh, you could cut it in half this way and make 2 3 by 3 cards. Let me grab one here. Because we have these little 3 by 3 envelopes, right? I'm pretty sure these envelopes are 3 1/8 by 3 1. So you'd have to trim this down a little bit. But yeah, you could basically cut it in half. Plus, you got extra bunnies now, right? You got the little stamps. Anyways, adorable. Like, all these little things are running through my head. Okay, so this one, when you get this one, it comes with the slimline card. It's got this frame, which the little chicks are already stamped onto. There's this wreath that we were popping out of this guy. So we're going to pop it out of here. And the banner. So again, I look to see how many embellishments do I get? Okay, I get 5. And I look at the picture while I'm in there. And I would have noticed it. Even I would have noticed this. I had to slow down enough that, okay, so it circles like this. And then the banner goes. But when you put the banner on, it covers like 1/3 of the wreath. Waste not, want not. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but no, I don't think so. But what I did was I took this banner and I just trimmed these 3 daffodils off. And I just kind of rounded the edges. I just trimmed like around it and rounded them a little bit. They're not perfect, but now I have this to go with my extra bits and pieces. And you don't even notice that I cut it out of there. Here's the other thing though. When I first put this down because I was making sure, like, what can, oh, I guess here's a right and a wrong way to that. Okay. I was trying to figure out, okay, where am I gonna cut it off? Like, where does the banner cover? And so I was trying to place the banner and I was like, that's too high. I got too much of this. The bonus to doing it the way I just told you, by cutting this little chunk off, I can't pick it up. By cutting this little chunk off, I was able to put the banner down first. So I could put the banner where I wanted. I wanted it somewhat even here. The banner's not like symmetrical, but I wanted it down here and I didn't want it too close to the chicks to cover them up. But once you've cut this middle chunk off, I don't know, I might do something else. I might make a card with just this banner on it because it's cute. So who knows, or this wreath. But anyways, once you cut these pieces off, you can put the banner down first. And then because these 2 pieces are missing, it's easier just to go like this, put adhesive on the back of the banner and just go like this and tuck it perfectly into place. It was so much easier than trying to guess where to put the banner. Put the banner down first. So that worked out. Isn't that a cute card? I don't think, just a minute. It was funny. The other day, I was telling my son, everywhere I went, not everywhere, but like 5 different places I went. Oh, just a minute. I moved one thing and now all of a sudden my DSP is going to landslide on me. And I kept finding $20 bills stashed in various places. So I happen to know that I have one in my daytimer. This just occurred to me to check. Oh, look at that. So if you were giving somebody money, that is the perfect size for money. I don't know if it is for American money. I know Canadian and American are different. I can't remember which one's longer. But it's the perfect size for a Canadian bill. So there you go. Fun fact. Okay, so that's the second card. I showed you the chick. I showed you that. Oh, yeah. So this one says springtime greetings. That one was the Happy Easter one. And then here is the milk carton. Look how cute it is. Now this is the same Happy Easter stamp from here. I took just this little stitched rectangle because it was on my desk and it happened to be the right size. And I just made like a Happy Easter label because it doesn't come with labels for the cartons, which I will say I'm slightly surprised. But it doesn't matter because who doesn't have strips of white cardstock? So even without the label, it's pretty cute. Now, I've mentioned before that in the instructions, it will always tell you, like, here's the thing for putting it together. This one's actually pretty genius because it shows you the tape. And I'm very particular about how I put tape on things. But this one shows you with the good side, like outside facing up, put your tear and tape here and here. And this kit actually comes with dimensionals, glue dots, and a roll of tear and tape. All the adhesives. So it shows you though with outside facing up, put it here and here, and then flip it over and put it on here. And that's the exact places I would put it to close it so that it's nice and secure, nothing's flapping, you don't see any lines. I'll show you in a minute the folding of this. It's very easy. But so anyways, on here, down here, I don't know if it'll ever focus on that small of writing, but oh, it did. It says 18 inches, right? We need 18 inches of twine. Now this is a lovely twine. It's like a crumb cake pecan pie cross. But so I cut 18. I went through the front, crossed them over. Oh, look how well I did that. And then back through the back and tied it in a bow. And look at how long these things are. So save yourself some twine, because no way, just gonna get my ribbon and twine scissors out. No way do you need that long. And part of them, they're kind of covering up the. Okay, so I'm cutting that much off. I just wanted to leave it on there so you could get the visual. That's what I like. I don't know if you're supposed to wrap it in and out 16 times, but so this to me is much more reasonable. You want it to like drape like a pretty bow, but you don't want to cover up your whole design. So I've just cut off about 4 inches. Oh, just a minute. 1, 2. Oh, that's 2. That's 2.5, and that's actually 3. What did I say? 2.5 and 3. 5.5. Okay, so I just cut off 5.5 inches of twine, and I still got this. Now you don't want it too short when you're trying to tie it, because you'll just end up with a disaster. But I would say instead of 18, maybe go 14 or even 13, and save yourself some twine. You'll have twine left over for another project, because yeah, that is way too long. Okay. So yeah, so you have 6 of these little bunny chick combos, but you only need 1 to put on the front, and then you got your 3 little things there. So that gives you extra. So far I would have like extras of these, extras of the, excuse me, I have the hiccups all of a sudden, extras of the bunny. And I did think of it, I put my little embellishments there now, but I thought even if you wanted to, you could just kind of like tuck that in behind and add a little bit of extra flowers to your milk carton if you wanted. So yeah, waste not, want not. Okay, so here's the thing with the milk carton that I will show you. Once I move things, so I actually have enough room to do something on my desk. Okay, so with 3D items, there's my bone folder, you definitely want to burnish the edges. It makes them fold better. So here's all I had to do. And it shows you where to put tape, and it kind of shows you, there's little arrows that kind of show you what folds in, but it's not super descriptive in the pictures. Now, every time there's a paper pumpkin kit, they also do a quick little, like, I don't know, 2-minute video with catchy tunes in the background. I can sing if you want. Do 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 do. Anyway, showing you how like somebody puts it together for you. So watch that, and it will help. But what I found, all you have to do. So this is what I've burnished, right? And it shows you how to layer all those in together. Just a minute. I went off screen because I was using my chest to help me push things together. There we go. So this is all going to go together. This is actually going to be on the inside where your tape goes, right? So you can see that there's score lines here. So this is going to fold together like a milk carton. So when I first did mine, I got this together, and I literally did this. I didn't glue anything yet. I just kind of got it together. And then I pushed on it to see, do I have to fold all those pieces, or will they just naturally go? And these scores go pretty easy. The one that you need to score is this one. Because I wasn't sure on the top what had to be scored. So if you score this one, not score this one, sorry, burnish that one, then it gives you, this is where, because they're going to go in. So it just gives them a nice little, like they bend in better. Sorry, I did it the wrong way. You got to score it or burnish it this way. It doesn't matter if you do it twice. It breaks down the fibers a little, and it'll just go easier. Because when it goes, you want it to kind of go in flatter. So this way it helps go in a little bit. These ones didn't matter. And then I found with the top, at first you can just kind of pinch it, but if you want it to be cleaner, then fold this one back as well and burnish it. Right, so 2 of them you're gonna, so there we go. So the bottom 2 you're gonna fold, or sorry, the side and the bottom you're gonna fold in, and these ones you're gonna fold back. And then it's just, if you've basically just given it like the starting point. So then when you put all your stuff back together and you put your adhesive on, and so here's what it tells you to do, right? It shows you in the picture, put adhesive here and here, and then flip it over and put adhesive here. So this one is the last one to go on because it's going to show you, right? This one. So when you do that, it lets you put this flap in first, and it's going to have adhesive here. Oops. And then these two little ones. So what that does is it brings your sides in, but it doesn't make it messy on the inside. And then this one over top. This is actually the very first one you do. And Stampin' Up! Is very good at their projects. They always make it that you can fold like this and like this. So you've got adhesive on here, right? You can fold it like this to put it together. And it will fold nice like this. Boop. And then once you've got that part folded, you just bring all the other little flaps back in like you're supposed to. And then, because you've sort of started these things going the right way, this will work better when it's actually, there we go. When you punch these in, it just closes. And then you can do like a little bit of finessing to get it to, you know, before you tie the right way. Like it kind of, you need the green part to pop out and the plaid part to pop in, which it does much better, like I said, when it's glued. And there you go. And then you'll notice, I didn't punch them out ahead of time. They've got it lined up that all the holes line up, right? So there's holes on the inside here, and there's holes on the front, and they all line up perfectly to feed your twine through so that you can make a cute bow. And like I said, I put the twine, like the loop like this, I put the twine through this way, crossed them over and fed them back out and did the first, like, you know, tie over like this. And that was enough to keep it closed fairly tightly. And then I added on my label and then tied the bow, right? If you just do like one loop, it's going to slip. You're going to be constantly trying to tie it tighter. So that's a little bit extra help. If you had done an extra loop in there, it would be even tighter before you tied your bow, so it's not popping open. But mine's closed. I suspect I don't have anything to put in here right now, but this is got to be at least 2.5. Let's try to do this. Oh, look at me go. 2.5. Yep, 2.5 square. So, you know, at Christmas time when we had those little drawers, the inside of this is going to be about the same. You might be able to put something a little bit taller in the middle, but you're still going to fold, so you can't have like something big and solid. It'll never close. Although, if you wanted to, nobody says it has to be a milk carton. If you don't crease all of these little folds here, you could just leave it like this, put a little bit of ribbon around it or something like that and have it as an open basket. There's nothing saying you got to make it into a milk carton. Anyways, they're adorable. They're springy colors. They're cute as heck. And I have no idea if there will be refills, but if there will be refills, the refills will go quickly because look how adorable these are. So yeah, you get 3 slimline, 3 regular, and 3 milk carton. And this is the, what month are we in? February. The February Paper Pumpkin kit. So there you go. That's my quick wrap up. I wanted to do the show and tell. I wanted to get you all excited. If you do want a refill of this, let me know because I will watch for them the first day after the 20th. So probably Wednesday, I should be able to see if there's going to be refills. So you got to let me know by Tuesday if you are interested in this kit, if you didn't already get it and you want to refill, because I'll watch for them and let you know. Yes, I'm going to keep doing the cards I showed you tonight, my coffee card, my other ones, plus the other 2 for the class. There will be pictures coming over the weekend. I will catch up on all my photography and watch your working and posting and let you know. So there we go. Springtime greetings all. Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend. Be safe. And I will see you back here on Tuesday night. So far, the plan is Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, regular time, regular place. I will be back hopefully using, because this is my plan, and I got stuff on top of it, my new, because I just cannot wait, Encircled in Nature from the online exclusives. I'm going to start playing with that, because I'm going to show you what to do to figure out all of these dies and how they work and what the best way to do it and to play. So that'll be fun.